Hello, welcome to our second day of art camp. We're doing mandala art today, and so this is an example of a mandala. So I wanted to do this for an art project because it is a fun thing you can do on the driveway with sidewalk chalk or just as a doodle. So it's a really fun way to do art when you're just not sure what you want to do, what you want to make, but you just want to kind of doodle. It's a fun thing that you could do. So here is one example of a mandala. It's where you have the same pattern going around and around in a circle. Here's another one.
That's my favorite.
The rainbow one's so cute.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
And it almost reminds me of a flower. Here's another example. So the artists just go in, they start with some sort of pattern, some sort of shape, and just circle it, going round and around in a circle in the exact same pattern for each level. So I have, here's kind of like a maybe Native American looking one, maybe kind of Alaskan.
I don't like that one family matches. It doesn't have any color.
Yeah, it needs to still be colored. Here's another one that's really bright.
I
It reminds me of
it's colored.
India. Love it. So that's sort of the idea. And so we have these templates from kitchentableclassroom.com where it makes it kind of easier to repeat our patterns. So I have Lucy over here. And we are going to, for her, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a pattern in the middle of her page, and then she's going to go around. I think I might just go ahead and do just a little bit. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to do the exact same pattern around and around a couple times, and I'm just going to doodle for her, and she is going to go around and decorate each level. Think you can do that for me? Okay, so she's got some markers. She's going to go to town. So for everybody else, all you need is a permanent marker and then something to color in your design afterwards. So we'll start with the permanent marker, and then you can color it in with markers, or if you happen to have watercolors at home, that would be a fun way to fill it in, or crayons, colored pencils, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to start with, first we're doing permanent marker. So we start with the permanent marker though. So you're going to start, and this is a project that really gets you thinking about line, because line and shape, because you can make yourself a shape in each of these little pie slices, but you have to make the same shape in each one. So you don't want it to be too complicated. So I'm going to start with just like a petal. And I'm gonna put that petal, the exact same petal, in each of my pie slices. And each of these, the lines are gonna kind of disappear over time, because you won't see it. It kind of looks like a flower. So yep, everybody, you guys can go ahead. So I have all my artists here with me today doing some work, and even some extras. This little baby alive right there. There's another one. So they're all gonna be here doing it. So you just start with the design.
This is running low. I'm gonna go grab a different one.
Here's one right here.
That's purple.
Could trade it with
Oh,
Gracie.
thank you. Yeah, I have one.
All right, and then after you get the first round done, so now you're gonna come up with a different shape to make. And it could be a shape, or it could be a just a line. So I'm just gonna do a upside down V for my next level. So the only rule is you fill each level with the same shape going around in a circle. So going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, cool. So I was noticing, we were talking about this project before we started this video, we were noticing how a lot of these mandalas seem a little feminine and kind of like flowery. So Gabe decided that he's gonna come and find a way to make it look not girly. So that's a pretty fun challenge. So then keep going out, and for every level, you're just gonna make a new design. So I think I'm just gonna do, instead of a shape this time, I'm gonna also do, I'm gonna connect the corners with a big U, just a dip, and touch down to my upside down V's. But you can do it kind of anything. Oh, okay, I've already did that. You can kind of do anything. It's really fun because you can, there's really no rules to it other than the repeating part. I think I'm gonna make it zigzag next. Let's see, it's kind of like a W with an extra V in it. So just have fun. And next time you are doing sidewalk chalk outside this summer, try out making a mandala. It's something that's neat because it can make pretty impressive results without really a whole lot of time or extra like skill. Looking cool. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back. I like to go back and forth with some levels being really complicated and some being really simple. So my zigzags were a little complicated, so this level I'm going just big curves. You can hear that permanent marker scratching, can't you? These are looking great. I love it. Cool. Love it. Yeah, that's not looking like a flower. I think the hard edges are helping it not to feel
I'm trying to make it look like a big explosion.
Kind of reminds me of a saw blade.
Ooh, yeah.
I like it. Filling it all in by color. Neat. Okay. Let's see here. I think, and then so for this big section, I think I'm going to do the same thing as I did before to kind of repeat a little bit of that feel. But then I think I'm going to fill in the sections with some interesting lines to keep it.
Is this going to bleed? Oh, it doesn't bleed through.
It would be a good idea to put a paper underneath. I suppose that would have been good to start with, huh? That's a good point. It went through a little bit. That's okay. This is our school table, so we are not really offended by marks on it. But depending on where you're working, that would be a good idea to put an extra paper behind. Sometimes I go over the edge a little bit, and you know what? That is okay. Mistakes are a part of it. I will say, when you go to color these in afterwards, when you make extra, I like going back and making extra designs, but that does make for it to be a little bit trickier to color in if you're using like colored pencils. It's like those adult coloring books that are really intricate. You can make designs that are like those coloring books with this project, where it would take quite a while to color it in if you wanted to really be meticulous and color each section a different way. Cool. That looks awesome. Great. So now Gracie's ready to color in hers. So Gracie, are you going to pick the markers to color, colored pencils, crayons? How are you going to do that?
Markers.
Okay, sweet. I'm going to add some lines here. I'm just going to try to keep this really interesting. One thing about art that makes art really special is when you can repeat some patterns and then repeat some lines. That's called repetition in art. And then keep some the same, some different. Okay, I have one last row, and I'm sitting here trying to decide what I want to do with that. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go back and do something a little different. I'm gonna make like a petal on these lines. Okay, you can walk around to the other side of the table and get one. And actually, then I'm gonna go ahead and just trace this last one. That's exactly right. All right, that looks amazing. I love it. So cool.
Done.
Awesome. Yep. Doesn't look like a flower.
That's for sure.
Love it.
Yes, yes, that looks so cool. Yeah.
That's what I was aiming for.
It's awesome. I think I'm going to go back and do that repetition thing where I copied this shape from the 2 levels below.
Okay, I am ready to color it in.
All right.
Now.
Yours doesn't look like a flower.
That's good. I'll just scribble a ton of black all over it. Okay, never mind. No.
Maybe not the best choice.
Let's see.
Oh, I couldn't do 5 versus Y game?
Maybe.
Okay, I think I'm done too.
Gabe. You should put a ton of blood on it for it to be fine.
All right, while everybody's coloring in, I'm going to go over and show you what we have, what we're doing this art camp week. So for art camp, we're going to set out supplies in the morning for kids to free create, and then have our art lessons the afternoon. So far, and then we're gonna make a gallery, and this is what we're doing so far. So I'll come back at the end of the week and we will show you our bookcase covered in artwork. So this was the mandala that I did already, that I filled in already. So I will look forward to seeing what everyone else comes up with. If you decide to have an art camp theme for your whole week at home, like we do, I would love to see your gallery wall that you set up. What we're gonna do is after we're done, everybody's gonna kind of decide which ones they wanna send to grandparents, which ones they wanna give to Daddy for Father's Day, and which ones they wanna keep for themselves. So that's our plan. Let's see what we came up with in here. Alrighty. And here we go. It's looking great. All right. Hope everybody had fun with that project, and we'll see you back tomorrow.